As promised today, guys, I got another box. I can actually kind of hold this one in the air. It's 25 pounds of pure case, but today I've got the 011 Air Mini. And let's just say I'm actually pretty excited for this one because I've been having issues with the fractal torrent. So let's roll the intro, open up this box, and get right into it. So coming around to the box, there are a couple, there's really not much to it. There's just this picture on the front and back, 011 Air Mini, modular design, extreme flow. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all there is to the box. So let's open it. All right, right on top, we got manual. Thank you for your purchase, Lian Li, pretty standard stuff. We got a box. All right, we got a box in a box. This box contains a modular PCIe bracket because this case does transform, some hard drive mounting accessories and motherboard mounting accessories, zip ties. And then we got the case. Now that we're out of that box, let's see what side's up. This side is up. All right, so protective foam, pretty standard stuff here. Also on the bottom, coolest thing about this is it is just a little tiny Lian Li 011, but it's gonna be fitting a full-size ATX system in there. That is a condensed system, and my God, the finish looks amazing. So up top, we got our power button, combo, headphone, and microphone jack, 2 USB and a USB-C. This thing is mesh on 1, 2, 3, 4 different mesh vents. You can remove this panel. Slides off very similarly to the 011D XL and also the 011D. And it looks like it's the same slide and lock mechanism. I actually do like that mechanism. Does it also go for the front? Yes, it does. Oh, okay, cool. So front just comes off as well. The back is actually thumb screwed on. So, and also along here, let's take a look here. We have our hard drive cage area. Comes with 2 hard drive cages built right in. That is not hot swap, but I think you can buy a hot swap piece for it. We have a cable management bar, which is a thumb screw on the top and a regular screw on the bottom. That's exactly the same. This has your mounting actually for SSDs on there, and that's actually your only indication of the Der Bauer and Lian Li collaboration. And the rest of the case is actually really clean. This cage is removable if you want to just put another power supply, or if you wanted to do some crazy cool stuff with liquid cooling, I've seen in here. These are also removable. They're not finger tight. This right here is so that you can actually access this section for a back panel. Turn towards the camera. This is so that you can access this for specifically, like if you want to do an airflow build that uses this as an intake, which wouldn't be the ideal situation for this case, mainly because if you wanted to do that, I would do the Mini instead of the Mini Air, because at that point you'd get better radiator support. Nice oversized grommets as we've come to expect from this line. Pretty good stuff all around. Now, inside, this is actually a big change from the past. This is a big change from the past 011 Dynamics. This one actually comes with fans. And so this one comes with 2 140s and 1 120 with nice rubberized stoppers to minimize vibrations. These are actually very nice stock fans. They are blackout, no RGB. I think you can get a version with RGB, but in all seriousness, this is a very nice, stealthy case. And honestly, size-wise, I kind of love it. Now we can also take off this back tray piece right here with these thumb screws, which some of them are not thumb tight, and we can actually adjust it. But I'm gonna keep it in its ATX configuration because I'm going to be sticking an ATX system in here. In fact, I'm going to be sticking the exact same system that was in the Fractal Torrent into this system directly. So no changes, just straight up the exact same thing. So that's gonna be kind of interesting. All right, so I got it back together, and not too bad of a disassembly and reassembly process. That being said, let's run through a couple of specs before we start building in this case. So this case is, of course, an air-focused version of the O11 Dynamic Mini, but it makes some changes. As opposed to the O11 Dynamic Mini, which can fit a 360 radiator onto the bottom and top position, this one really is not rated for that and is only rated up to a dual 140. So in reality, you would not want to use this probably for your high-end liquid cooling loop. But what you would want it for is actually its increased size on its internal chamber. This one was actually designed to actually natively support ATX as opposed to the Mini, which was really designed with ITX and micro ATX, and then ATX was tacked on. Without any additional support pieces, you can fit an ATX motherboard and ATX power supply into this case. You can also fit, of course, 2 full-size hard drives, which we're totally going to be taking advantage of. But the big draw is definitely its air cooling potential, as it has a much larger chamber and can even fit some of the largest air coolers. We're going to be stressing that today because we are sticking a really large Noctua cooler into this case. So, and then for I/O, of course, we've got what we went over earlier, 2 USB, a combo audio headphone jack, and a USB-C right at the top. And we have enough space in the system for 4 SSDs. Actually, I think it's up to 6 SSDs if you include the hard drive bays, and also up to 4 hard drives, which is kind of crazy. The amount of things you can stuff into this case is just insane. And as mentioned prior, a full ATX power supply. Now you wouldn't want to use a long ATX power supply like my 1000 watt that I've got in Supernova, but a normal one should fit pretty nicely. Overall, it's going to be a really awesome case for compact builds that are also pretty high end. And the best part is its price. Yeah, this bad boy only cost this much. That's insane. So, as I said earlier, the only way we're going to actually truly be able to experience this is we're going to have to build in it. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna grab my gaming PC, and we're going to transplant it into here. So let's do. So we finished building in this case, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. It's amazing. Like, I have praised the O11 line for being really easy to build in. And this one is easier than the other one that I've actually used. I built this insane water-cooled system in a Lian Li case, and I considered this the easiest water cooling system that I've ever done. But this case is something truly special. Not only is this case small, but it's extremely feature-packed. Now, we did have to drop 1 fan from the air cooler, but the temperature mostly stayed the same. And that's actually because we were already, well, at ambient. And the extra cooling isn't really going to do much with the Ryzen 7 that's already in it. Because of that, we actually have a PC that is just more compact and extremely efficient, like space-wise, that I would have never thought I could build. It is like the perfect ATX air-cooled compact cube PC. Now, we did have to do something weird with the hard drives. The hard drive cages couldn't fit both of my gaming hard drives in them, so I had to put one on the back area where the radiators can go and have the other one in the sled, and then the SSD also in a sled. So configuration was a little weird, and it did not post first try because the cable management is a bit tight, but in a case this small, these are minor things that I was able to fix relatively quickly. Overall, it's just an amazingly easy case to build in. I can't wait to show you guys the actual build because yeah, we're gonna do that in like a couple weeks, you know, let you guys simmer down a little bit. But overall, great case, great experience, absolutely love it, and cannot recommend it enough, especially if you don't have a lot of space. That's where we're gonna end today, guys. Wolfie, out.